Apa Anda
Tell
yang
us what we'll see in
jelaskan
this
dalam
DVD.
DVD tersebut?
In this DVD, I'm showing two ways of learning pencak silat. The first one is the basis of Golok, that is how to handle it. The second DVD, in two parts, is the learning of sabenda. In the Golok DVD, we started with the way to handle and to catch the Golok. When you start, you always start with the handling of the stick so that you might work more efficiently, moves and speed. For beginners are always afraid of handling the Golok. The stick is therefore a good option to be feel-free in your moves. The use of the stick first allows to adapt these moves to the handling of the Golok and to other weapons. Once we've seen the basis, there is the learning of the force that we give to the move, such as using 75% of the force for a specific handling with blocks and attacks, 25% for the attacks, for we use more easily the point of the Golok. Then, after this force work, we'll learn to turn the Golok. For turning the Golok teaches about maintaining it, but also about moving the wrist, the hips, and the shoulders.
Atau yang setengah, yang penggunaannya untuk blok juga serangan, atau yang lebih spesifik ke serangan, yaitu seperempat, yang lebih ke ujung.
Everything goes together in the turning of Golok. Once you learned and mastered all these techniques, we'll see how to move around. Moving around with the Golok while blocking, attacking, a bit like the alphabet. With the letters, you write words. With words, you make sentences. With time, you'll be able to write nice sentences by yourself. You will do jewels all alone, which will lead us to respond to attack with our own words.
Tapi ada seperti pendasaran, mungkin seperti abjad. Kalau di tulisan seperti ABC dulu, setelah ABC baru bagaimana dari ABC.
Once you learned all the bases, you will start the application work of Golok.
Nah, nanti karena dengan bentuk pelajaran tersebut, orang tidak baku harus seperti jurus rangkaian. Mungkin bisa buat susunan sendiri.
We will see the various ways to defend against an attack, and we will see that counters are generally very fast and incisive.
Setelah pendasaran gerak-gerak tadi, juga rangkaian jurusnya, juga kita akan perlihatkan sedikit aplikasi dari Golok tersebut. Mungkin dalam aplikasi tersebut hanya
for there is no lock and we don't get close. We try to cut and touch very fast and precisely.
Timing harus lebih diutamakan. Jadi mungkin dalam sebenarnya dalam Golok tidak ada istilah kunci atau menahan lawan. Karena dalam satu gerak mungkin kita harus bisa mendahului lawan.
You always need to keep a good range with your attacker.
Tapi di sana mungkin
you don't look for sadism or punishment.
Bagaimana lintasannya, juga possibility. Kalau kita tidak mau seperti sadistik.
But you try to have a block, a disarming, that are appropriate responses.
Gunakan Golok dengan benar, atau juga kita hanya ditempelkan Golok dan mengunci dengan tangan. Supaya misalnya kalau yang kita serang itu bukan lawan,
here is
tapi
what we will see
orang yang kita
with the use of the Golok.
Kita juga bisa gunakan Golok hanya untuk melumpuhkan, bukan untuk melukai. Itu kira-kira penjelasan mengenai Golok.
Warm up. Specific passive warm up.
Pemanasan pasif 1.
First, passive warm-up. You must hold the Golok the same on the right and on the left. The range between the end of the stick and the hand equals the width.
Pemanasan pasif 2.
Second passive warm-up. This exercise softens and works on the elasticity of the shoulders, the arms, and the hips.
Pemanasan pasif 3.
Third passive warm-up. For this exercise, there is a slight difference with the previous exercises, for you must hold the stick at the end without getting the stick into the hand.
Pemanasan pasif 4.
Fourth passive warm-up. This exercise allows to combine shoulders, elbows, wrist, and fingers work. You must focus on the elasticity of the shoulders. Specific active warm-up.
Selanjutnya, pemanasan aktif.
Now, the active warm-up.
1. Cara ganti tangan.
Various ways to switch hands. To change the hand's positions on the stick, start simply by turning it thanks to the thumb, to the forefinger, the middle one, until you clench.
Cara mengatur dorongan.
Various ways to push with the stick. The start grip is supple, but at the end of a strike in front of the chest, you must be dynamic.
Setelah senam aktif dengan 2 tangan, sekarang dengan 1 tangan.
Active warm-up with one hand. For this punch, you must be dynamic, and the hand not holding the golok must be positioned at elbow level on the other arm. This exercise is done to strengthen the wrist. You must turn at most the wrist downwards and upwards. Exercises to handle the Golok. Basic exercises, ayunan dasar. Once you grab the stick in the middle, you catch it on the end. Let's see the various ways to put force by pushing the stick. There are three kinds of strikes: 25% of force, 50% of force, 50%, 75% of force. Let's start with 25% of force. The position of the hand holding the stick is hand width from the end of the stick.
Tenaga setengah.
50% of the force.
Sekarang tenaga 3/4.
And now 75% of the force.
Tenaga 3/4.
75% of the force. This move is combined with a dynamic nose breathing out during the strike.
Tenaga setengah.
50% of the force.
Tenaga 1/4.
25% of the force. Basic exercises, buritan.
Kedua putaran. Putaran 1.
There are two ways to turn the Golok. Here is the first. The two Goloks must be close to the body. You must put enough force with the wrist during the rotation of the Golok.
Putaran 2.
Second way to turn the Golok. The Golok shouldn't get far from the body during rotations, and the power is constant. There are other ways to turn the stick, but backwards. First way to turn. Here, only one Golok moves. The other Golok remains immobile. For this exercise, you need the hips and the legs to follow the movement. second way. For this exercise, remain alert. Don't ever put the sharp side of the golok alongside the body. Once we have studied the ways to turn the golok inwards and outwards, we'll see how to slide the golok onto the body. First, inwards.
Sekarang belitan jeruk. Belitan luar.
Now the ways to slide the golok along the body outward. For this exercise, the golok must slide on the wrist. Now, combine these moves and let's study the way to slide the golok along the body, outwards and inward. This exercise combines the various previous exercises. Basic exercises. Ayunan lanjut.
Setelah bulitan, kubetan atau sabetan.
After the gulitan, we'll see the round strike. You need an outward strike. Basic exercises. Samberan.
Terakhir,
The last samberan.
sameran.
Here, the movement gains force downward. The moment you bring back the golok under the armpit, be careful not to put the sharp side first. Combined exercises.
Baik, sekarang
Now, let's see how to combine various movements with the golok by adding moving around. First basic exercise.
Dengan langkah.
dasar 1,
Here, the whole body power follows the direction of the golok.
dasar 2,
Second basic exercise. These strikes are done with the force of the wrist and with the shoulders.
Dasar 3.
Third basic exercise. You shouldn't put the arm too forward during the strike. Stretch it out without getting far.
Dasar 4.
Fourth basic exercise. On this strike, you must use the shoulder and hips movements so that you get maximum power.
Dasar 5.
Fifth basic exercise. The movement is the same than before, but we change direction during the performance.
Dasar 6.
Sixth basic exercise. Here we use only one Golok, but the empty hand moves as if it held the Golok.
Dasar 7.
Seventh basic exercise. Here we cut in a round way, therefore you should check that the sharp side is toward the opponent.
Dasar 8.
8th basic exercise. The power goes downwards, and during the rotation of the Golok, the bare hand touches the one that holds the Golok to increase power and dynamics. Jurus.
Dalam pelajaran selanjutnya,
With the following exercise, we tackle the jurus with a Golok.
Jurus Golok. Dalam melakukan jurus Golok, untuk pertama kita gunakan
First, we're studying the jurus with only one Golok.
Nanti selanjutnya baru dengan Golok 2.
Then, we finish with a jurus
Dalam Golok
done
1
with two
maupun
Golok.
2,
Depending on the jurus, there is an appropriate way of holding the Golok and to change the holding.
perpindahan dari pegangan 1 dan
The
cara
holding
pegang
of the Golok must be done with a full grip, but at the near end of the grip before the blade.
awalan, tapi nanti dalam gerak akhir
During
bisa
certain
jadi berubah
strikes, you
sedikit.
can move slightly the hand, but all the fingers must remain in contact with the handle.
Itu dalam memegang. Selanjutnya perpindahan dari pegang 1 ke pegang 2. Pegang 2 begini. Ini juga sama, ada pegang 1, ada pegang 2. Agak rapat. 1, 2. Perpindahan dari dibalik atau kedua dengan yang tadi pertama, yang 1 bisa dilakukan dengan tadi seperti gini.
To change the holding of the Golok from first position to second one,
1,
or the
2,
contrary, you do like
3,
this. 1,
4,
2,
1,
3,
2, 3,
4.
4. Atau cara perpindahan kedua, tadi ini dulu, sekarang ini dulu. Bisa 1 atau 2. Bisa 1. Atau 2. Biasanya
Or
cara berpindah
1
yang kedua
and
sambil
2.
putar.
or 2. And usually, this change of the holding goes along a move around the head.
Itu cara perpindahan tangan. Bila cara perpindahan tangan sudah terkuasai, kita bisa lakukan jurus Golok. Dalam dasar,
Here are the ways to turn the Golok. Now we're seeing the jurus. There are 12 basic jurus that combine the moves of the arms and of the legs. We're going to study the first 3 with one Golok and the last one with 2.
dengan Golok 1 dan 1 jurus dengan Golok kembar, Golok double. Mari sekarang
We
kita
see now
lanjutkan
the
dengan
3 first jurus with one Golok.
1, 2, dan 3.
Applications, defense principles. On this technique, you must first control the Golok, then return it so that you use the cuff to do a lock. You must control everything during the first move. Moves down and up. At the same time, you need to block, move, and strike while controlling the Golok. For this technique, you shouldn't block with the sharp side of the Golok. Help yourself with the Golok to do the lock. Dodge, then combine with a lock on the arm holding the Golok.
Like this, and when you hit, so like that, yeah. So from here, because the important, normally if you not learn from the basic, sometimes from here, and it sometimes you can hurt with yourself. So that's why just from here, and also to another direction, to there or to there. Always from here or to here. So always from here. And when you back, turn. So not turn from here, not like this, but turn when after the middle. Turn. Yeah. Turn. So you can try with the Golok, also do like that. And turn. 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 And that. Also to here. And after that, turn. Turn also. Turn, turn. Also. And after turn, also bullet. So, in bullet, if you do like that, you cut. Or you do like this, you cut also. So that's why you have to do with the back. Back and back. See? Here is the sharpness. And to here also. Because if you like that, it's not good. So just like this. And also from here, not like this. Because if like that, sometimes also danger. So just close like this, and to here. And this, you can do also with this. So like this cut, this block. This also. Like attack. So like that. We can just block this cut. Or just block sapat. Up, down. Same. So that is important. You have to move with the left. So you can use not only right but also the left. Because if you do with double Golok but you do like this, you not use double Golok. You use one Golok, what? With different hand. If you use double, the attack have double also, like this. Attack and block. So double. Double. Attack, attack. So, if someone can block this, he cannot block this. It's also block and attack. Also to down, to there, up, middle, down, same. So that is the training with double. Also after that we learn this. This also for attack. Attack and attack. So can attack with this and also with that. But that's why you have to care, because if you not good training, cut your hand. So double Golok become one Golok because another hand already know or already gone. So that's why have to care with this. Good. And also with this. So this. Also, if the sharpness is not like this, but like this. So this also. Can do training just like this also. Or with double. So that's the exercise. Also did this. You can just like this. Or just double. Just one, this just for also, or just double. So that is the exercise. So now we do the jurus before but itu. Satu, dua, tiga, empat. And from here, satu, dua, tiga. So, this is always like what I did before. Two. So, if we move a little bit faster,
Jadi bini itu tampil lagi. Gue ayam tak tahu ini tentang tiga bulan. Kita saya tadi sudah tiga. Ada lagi?
Hello, cecep. Would you say a bit about yourself and about your experience of martial arts?
Salam kembali, Kang Erik.
Hello, Eric.
Baik,
my name is Cecep Arif Rahman.
Nama saya Cecep Arif Rahman. Saya berasal atau lahir dari
I was born in Garut in Western Java,
Indonesia.
In Indonesia,
Tanggal lahir saya
on August 1972.
1972. Saya ikut pencaksilat mulai dari umur.
I started learning pencak when I was 8, starting with the basic, that is the pencak silat dances.
Sebagai dasar seperti hanya ikut ibing. Dan selanjutnya mulai serius dengan jurus dan yang lain-lain.
At 11, I really studied the fighting techniques and the jurus, and I never stopped.
Sekarang mungkin kita mau dengar atau dijelaskan
What style of pencak silat do you practice, and what are the specificities of your style?
Mungkin silakan bisa kasih tahu kita.
Saya belajar pencak silat di perguruan
I
Panglipur.
practice the Panglipur style,
Panglipur ini
created by
yang
Abah
didirikan
Ale
oleh Abah Ale.
in
Abah Ale
1909.
lahir dari Banten, lalu belajar
Abah Ale
silat
was born
mulai
in
dari
1872
Bogor, Sukabumi,
and learned
Cianjur,
pencak in the
Bandung,
cities
dan
of Bogor,
akhirnya menetap di Garut.
Sukabumi, Cianjur,
Abah Ale
Pantung,
meresmikan,
and in Garut.
pendirian
He died in
perguruan Panglipur,
1986
yaitu pada
at
tahun
age 114.
1909.
His daughter,
Dan selanjutnya
Eric
beliau
Noumeni,
meninggal
is president
pada
of the
umur
Panglipur style
114
and
tahun,
keeps on developing
yaitu
it.
pada tahun 1986, sehingga kepemimpinan Panglipur diteruskan oleh putrinya, yaitu Raden Haja.
Panglipur is a mix of various styles from Western Java that are sources of pencak of this region:
gabungan
Stimode,
dari beberapa aliran tradisional
Stikalonge,
atau aliran sumber di Jawa Barat.
Siamandar,
Di antaranya
Karimadi,
yaitu
and Sierra.
aliran Cimande, lalu Cikalong, Sabandar, Karimadi, dan juga Sera. Dan pada kenyataannya, dalam aliran-aliran Jawa Barat tersebut ada
Panglipur
juga yang
gather up
dipengaruhi
the
oleh aliran
specificities
Sumatera
of various
Barat.
styles in
Contohnya
one
yaitu
style.
aliran Sabandar
There is defense,
dan aliran
weapon
Madi.
handling, and cultural
Untuk itu,
aspect with dances.
Panglipur mencoba
Panglipur then gathers 5 styles in
dari
one spirit.
spesifikasi aliran-aliran tersebut dalam suatu bentuk gabungan, tapi bukan merupakan gabungan gerak, tapi merupakan gabungan filosofi dari aliran-aliran tersebut. Sehingga dengan gabungan tersebut
Abah Ale created jewels that stem from these styles but keep their own identity.
tidak sama dengan bentuk baku dari aliran-aliran sumbernya.
Sekarang kami mau dengar mungkin
Now,
apa
we'd
di
like to
dalam
know what you
aliran
prefer
Anda
in the practice of
paling suka
Panglipur.
main seperti
Jurus,
mungkin
self-defense,
jurus
sports,
atau lebih
golok,
spesifik dengan
or
golok,
ganda.
atau mungkin lebih suka ganda.
Dalam pelajaran di perguruan
What I
kami,
like practicing in
jurus
my
paling
style
diutamakan
is
karena
jurus.
memang dengan guru,
For
dengan
jurus
nanti
allow
kita
you
bisa
to do
ke ganda
seni
atau ke
or
seni
ganda
atau yang lainnya.
or something else.
Dalam
In jurus,
tersebut,
when you
karena
combine
gabungan,
styles,
memang
you learn various
hampir
positions,
semua dari aliran-aliran
various movements,
perlu saya
and considering my
pelajari.
morphology and
Tapi
my
dari
speed,
semua
I particularly
bentuk tersebut,
appreciate the
karena
styles going
mungkin dilihat dari
fast
postur
and that
badan,
are supple.
juga mungkin dilihat dari
So that I prefer
bentuk
the
badan saya.
Siamandar and Sierra
Saya
styles
lebih suka
that
ke
make up the Panglipur.
gerakan-gerakan yang
But
cepat,
even though
tapi
I know
digabungkan
the other
dengan
styles
halus.
very well,
Sehingga
I prefer
sekarang
those
saya
two.
lebih cenderung untuk
For with
mempelajari
these styles, you
Sabandar
can
dengan
associate
Sera.
moves
Sehingga
and moving
halusnya
around
bisa
supple,
dipelajari, juga,
while performing an attack or a
kerasnya
defense
dan
very
cepatnya
tough.
bisa dipelajari. Walaupun gerakan lain juga tetap dipelajari, namun lebih dikhususkan ke sana. Lalu mengenai
I also appreciate the
senjata,
handling of weapons, especially the Golok.
saya lebih
Not because my
menyukai
style
golok.
favors the
Bukan
learning of the
berarti
Golok,
perguruan saya
even
hanya
if I
mempelajari
practice
golok.
knife,
Kami mempelajari juga
the shai
senjata
as well
lain,
as the long and
pisau,
short sticks.
juga tongkat pendek,
With the Golok,
juga yang lain-lainnya.
I'm one.
Namun,
I'm able to express
dengan
myself
golok,
more,
saya
and
rasa
when I practice it,
bisa mewakili
I always find some strike from my
pelajaran senjata
attacker,
lain. Karena
even
dengan
if the
golok,
learning of the
ada
Golok
pendasaran
allows
untuk
any weapon,
pergelangan,
short or
pendasaran
small.
untuk sikut dan badan, juga bagaimana langkah bisa mengikuti alur gerak senjata, sehingga dengan belajar golok,
The Golok is an extension of my arm, on the right and on the left, and I don't feel it as an item, but as a part of my body. That is why its handling, either with right or left hand, seems so easy and simple, and that I manage to show the best moves. For instance, a block of the right hand and a strike of the left hand, there are always various techniques between right and left. Besides, I think that once you handle well the Golok, it's easier to learn other weapons.
Senjata lain juga insya Allah bisa saya mainkan juga.
Kenapa Anda
Why
tertarik
did you
untuk
choose
ikut pencaksilat?
pencak silat in the first place?
Baik, Kang Erik.
There are many
Mungkin,
factors
ada
that
beberapa
made
hal.
me choose pencak
Pertama,
silat.
waktu saya ikut
When I was a kid,
waktu masih kecil,
everyone around
itu
me in
karena
the village
terbawa
would practice pencak
lingkungan.
silat.
Karena
Every time there was a party, a marriage, a house building, there was a pencak silat demonstration. So I was really young. I would see pencak silat and I thought it was great to practice, for you could practice it in front of everybody. There was music and people were happy. As I grew older and practiced more and more, not like a fanatic, but like a martial adept for all my family practiced too, I realized that pencak was my life and my reason to live. For besides self-defense techniques, pencak silat represents a way of life, of learning how to live a better life. And pencak spirit stems from the social behavior and from religion, which helps us to understand how to live in harmony with others and nature.
Filosofi kehidupannya dan digabungkan.
If you combine both, you can live in harmony with others and are able to defend against others, against everyday problems, whatever they might be, especially if you have bad thoughts.
Memberikan solusi terhadap berbagai masalah dalam kehidupan sehari-hari. Mungkin masalah sosial dengan tetangga, masalah sosial dengan masalah keluarga.
You must try to find a solution, and pencak helps me to develop the ability to find one.
Itu kita bisa dapat juga dalam pencak silat.
Sekarang mungkin Kang bisa dijelaskan postur tubuh.
Is there a required morphology for pencak silat?
Begini Kang Erik. Sebenarnya banyak orang
In my
bilang
opinion,
bahwa kalau ikut
some
pencak silat
people
posturnya
think
tulang
that
bagus,
you should have good
badannya
bones and a proportionate body.
Tapi sebenarnya semua
But I
orang
personally
bisa
don't
silat.
think that.
Karena dalam pencak silat ada
Anybody
beberapa
can learn
aliran.
pencak silat.
Jadi
For there are so
misalnya
many styles
orang
that
tinggi,
you'll find
mungkin
pencak
tidak cocok
ideal
dengan
depending on
karena
your own
psikolog
morphology.
lebih gerakan pendek-pendek dan cepat, tapi bisa ikut
Some
cimande.
styles, such as sikalong, require a shorter body for its specific
Juga
techniques.
rapih dari bentuk-bentuk tangannya.
Other styles,
Juga ada
such as
seperti,
sibonde or siabonda,
pelatihan bagaimana
favor
dari
any
gerakan
morphology
pendek
because
menjadi
of the
panjang,
various
atau
positions
bagaimana
of
supaya
attacks and of
postur tubuh
counterattacks.
postur tubuh bagaimanapun bisa maksimal.
But with
Karena
Simone,
pelajaran Simande,
a person not very strong on their legs must be able to defend on the ground,
atau mungkin orang
sitting
besar,
on their knees,
orang yang
standing,
kakinya cacat pun
or lying.
tidak bisa
You must defend in
berdiri,
any
hanya
position,
duduk, bisa belajar
sitting.
pencak silat.
Why?
Karena
Well, in those days, there was no chair to eat. People would eat off the
kita
ground,
dilatih harus bisa
which is
mengantisipasi
frequent
serangan
these days too.
sambil berdiri atau
In
sambil
Indonesia,
duduk,
most people
atau sambil
who want to
berbaring.
rest sit on the
Karena
ground.
Simande tidak bisa
They
orang itu
therefore
kalah
learn
walaupun
how to
sudah jatuh
defend
ke
in
bawah.
this position,
Karena orang
because
jatuh
it
ke
is a
bawah
natural
seperti berubah
position.
kuda-kuda
And that
saja.
is why the
Dari
first
kuda-kuda
jurors
berdiri
in
ke
Simande
kuda-kuda
are
berbaring.
sitting jurors, for they use
Malah
everyday
yang pertama
natural
yang
positions
dipraktikkan
of
adalah sambil
Indonesians.
duduk. Karena apa? Orang kebanyakan istirahat sambil duduk. Jadi yang pertama harus dilatih adalah bahkan sambil duduk. Apalagi dulu orang Indonesia, orang Sunda
Besides,
khususnya,
in Simande,
tidak punya kursi.
the fact of falling
Kalau kita datang
isn't a
ke rumah
defeat,
orang Sunda zaman dulu,
just a
tidak ada
change
kursi,
of
tapi
position.
hanya pakai tikar,
So all
dan
natural
duduk.
positions have been
Begini atau
studied
bersila.
to make them efficient
Sehingga
in a
kita
fight.
dilatih bagaimana bisa bergerak cepat dari posisi duduk ini. Duduk begini, duduk bersila. Makanya banyak posisi duduk
If you look
orang
carefully,
Sunda
the most
dibentuk
natural
supaya tetap seperti
positions
posisi bela diri. Walaupun
are those
seperti
that
misalnya
give
posisi
more
begini.
opportunities
Ini
to
posisi yang
defend,
menurut orang Sunda posisi yang paling
fast
sopan. Kalau
reactions
kita bicara dengan orang tua,
with
kita duduk
maximum
begini.
balance.
Tapi sebenarnya posisi yang paling bagus untuk aplikasi bela diri. Karena posisi ini siap, kita bisa menangkis dari berbagai arah.
For instance, for us, this position is the most simple we can apply for a self-defense technique,
Dengan aman dan
because we can catch anything,
bagian
react
tubuh
and
yang
move fast with legs, and then block various attacks.
tertutup.
So there is no typical morphology for pencak.
Jadi tidak
Anyone
ada,
can practice.
seperti
It's up to you to find
orang
the
yang
more
ikut silat
convenient
harus yang
style.
proporsional atau yang bagus tulangnya. Semua orang bisa ikut silat. Mungkin hanya bedanya ada yang bisa cepat. Ada
Some
yang
people
lambat.
have
Tapi
abilities
yang
to learn
cepat
faster,
tidak selesai karena terlalu
for they
cepat,
know they have
akhirnya
those
dia pikir, "Wah,
abilities.
saya bisa cepat
But
belajar,"
sometimes
dan dia
they don't do it
mengabaikan
thoroughly. It's not because someone has abilities that they'll be faster. Sometimes, those not gifted will understand more easily the effort to give to reach to a certain level. Here is what I can tell you about my Penchak ID.
Itu kira-kira yang bisa saya jelaskan.
Kong Cecep has been in France for 3 months. We would like to know what he thinks of France and of the success of Penchak Silat in France.
Pikiran Kang Cecep, rasa bagaimana di Prancis dan bagaimana berkembang Penchak Silat di sini?
As Eric said it, I've stayed 3 months in France, and I'm real happy for I could help to the spreading of Penchak Silat in France and meet many people. I'm happy for I could give them the little knowledge I had.
Dengan orang-orang di sini dan menyampaikan apa yang saya sedikit tahu tentang Penchak Silat di Prancis di sini. Dan seperti yang banyak orang bilang bahwa Prancis adalah kota seni.
All I could give in France is mainly singing and try to understand what people liked it. People in France actually want to understand Penchak Silat, what it truly is. They have an artistic culture, and they don't focus on the simple aspect of self-defense. In Indonesia, people follow traditional Penchak, for there is plenty around. That's normal. But they do it without getting deeply into this artistic aspect that the French like. They do it as a tradition, not willing to know more. Whereas here in France, with the sessions I did, people want to know more because it's exotic. Here, people like to train, to learn, even for 6 hours long. They stop to drink.
Saya pikir itu suatu semangat yang bagus sekali. Karena belum pernah di tempat saya latihan selama 6 jam, orang masih terus semangat. Apalagi latihannya terus sama-sama, bukan...
I think that what's done in France, demonstrations, articles, DVDs, is positive for Penchak and offers possibilities of development that don't exist in Indonesia. For French people, it's important.
Dan kondisi tersebut saya kira suatu seperti hal yang bagus buat perkembangan Penchak Silat. Karena bila Penchak Silat bisa disukai orang sini.
But over there, people get bored after 3 hours and don't care. In France, I could feel motivation for learning, and people like to train Penchak for hours. Penchak Silat is an art that gives understanding to what you are inside.
Kalau dimulai dari perkembangannya di sini, karena saya seperti yang kita rasa, apapun bela diri yang sudah masuk Prancis langsung bisa berkembang dalam berbentuk buku, dalam berbentuk video, dalam bentuk lain-lainnya. Karena di Indonesia sendiri.
And either in Indonesia or in France, this art can be useful for various kinds of people, no matter religion or nationality. This is an universal art and can help anybody. Here is what I can tell you about Penchak Silat.
Media, mungkin itu yang bisa saya jelaskan.